to start this. Give me 1 second. If everybody has questions for Nikola Vucevic, please raise your hand and we will call on you. Okay, we will start with Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Vooch, can you just describe what the atmosphere was like and what it was like to play with a spaced out bench and no fans?
Actually, once we started playing and stuff, I didn't really pay much attention to it. Obviously, I mean, you miss the noise and the interaction with the fans, especially if it's like a big moment or something during the game or a big play. So you miss that, but I think once we're actually getting up and down the court and playing and stuff, it wasn't too bad. I think I got used to it pretty quickly. The only thing, like when we're shooting free throws, like I was shooting the first free throw, it was super quiet, and it was just like, okay, this is a little awkward because there's like no noise at all. Usually there's something when you're trying to shoot and stuff, so it was a little weird. But I think that overall, I think the NBA did a great job. Setting up a bunch of screens in the arena. Making the arena dark around us, so you feel somewhat, and it doesn't feel empty. So there's something going on, and so it was pretty good for first game. It wasn't too bad at all. And as far as the bench, it's obviously different, because it depends on where you're sitting. It's kind of hard to be as involved in what's going on as you usually are when you're sitting right there on the court. So it's a little different, but obviously with everything going on, the NBA wants to make sure they take the precautions and want to set an example to the rest of the world that if we can do it here, people can do it everywhere.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, sort of what was your expectation, coming into this game, and sort of how you wanted to see yourself perform, and how did you feel about your wind out there today?
Yeah, for me, mainly was just kind of to see, where I'm at conditioning-wise, my rhythm, just kind of get a feel for my game in actual, game against somebody else. So, and I felt pretty good actually conditioning-wise. It was a shorter game, and it wouldn't play as many minutes, but still. And then, my rhythm, I felt like, it was better than I thought it would be. I felt pretty good out there, playing with my teammates, on the defensive end. But I think that, we definitely need to use this week to, tweak things, get in a better rhythm on both ends. Make sure our communication on the defensive end is good and stuff like that. But I was happy with how I felt out there. That was my main thing, and I thought I played a solid game as well. So it's always good to start well, so you get a positive feeling going forward.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Vooch, Michael Carter-Williams was a guy who was playing really well for you guys right before the break. What did you see out of him tonight? And it just seems like, he always brings a high energy level.
Yeah, he's a very, very energetic guy for us. He always brings energy when he comes into the game. And a lot of the times it changes the game. So same tonight. Ever since we've been back, practice the team, he's really been playing well and playing hard and just competing. That's what he does. So tonight, today, whatever, he had a good game for us. He was aggressive, trying to get to the paint, which he's very good at. So it was good to see. We need him when he comes off the bench to bring that energy.
Philip Rossman Reich, Orlando Magic Daily.
Hey, Vooch. This game, I think a lot of us, didn't really know what to expect from it. Are you happy with the progress that you saw the team make as the game went on? And do you feel that this is a good foundation for you guys to kind of continue growing from as you get ready for the season to begin?
Yeah, I am. I think, obviously Clippers are a very good team, one of the best in the league. And so I know that they were missing some players, but most of the main guys were here. So I think that we played well overall. Obviously, it's not where we want to be at, but for a first game after 4 months and with only, 2 weeks of practice, we did pretty well. So we just got to build on this. Obviously, the next few days we're going to watch film and see what we did well, what we didn't do well, and learn from it. But I thought that overall, for first game after such a long break, obviously in a very specific break that we never really experienced before, I thought that we had a lot of positive things that we can build on.
Chris Cuff, 24 Flicks.
What's up, Vooch? One thing that Coach Cliff stressed over and over again during his conferences with us is how far you guys are from your normal conditioning and being ready to play? Can you really tell that by today's performance?
Well, again, today, the game was only 40 minutes. We didn't play as many minutes, so it's not going to be the same as when you actually play a real game. So I think that's kind of that's sort of clear where we at conditioning wise. But I mean, obviously, we're not at the level that we would be maybe going into the start of the regular season in general, just because the way we were able to work the full time was different. We couldn't do we couldn't scrimmage or do any contact until we came here. So all that, the things that really you need to do to get in game shape, or we're a little bit limited, but I think that we are in a better place than us expected. So it's just going to be a work in progress. We have to work on that every day. These 3 games that we're going to play are going to be huge for that and just in practice. So I think that the main conditioning was the main concern for most people. I think it's just it's just the way it is, and we're gonna have to fight through it and find a way to get there. But I think as once we start playing the games and everything, I think we're gonna be able to catch up pretty quickly and be in a place where we want to be.
Okay, we have time for 1 or 2 more. We'll go back to Dan Savage.
Vooch, obviously we're not there with you. How similar or different are the pregame and postgame routines for you guys? Because obviously you have a certain flow that you guys are into normally, whether you're home or away.
For me, it wasn't nothing too different. We took the bus to come to the arena, just like we would on an away game. You go to the locker room, you do whatever you need to do to get out there. So it wasn't nothing too different from what we usually do. Again, we were the first game, so we were able to actually shoot pregame on the game floor. I know when there are going to be games before us that we're going to have to do that on the practice court, so that might be a little different. But other than that, I mean, honestly, my routine or anything wasn't really, thrown away much by other. It was really similar to what I would usually do. You just treat it kind of as an away game, because when you're at home, you kind of have your home arena. You have little things that you have there that you can take advantage of. But when you're on the road, this is pretty much it right here.
Okay, last one goes to Josh Robbins.
Vooch, and your team, 5-on-5, have you noticed that Mo Bamba is stronger or tougher to move off the block?
Well, he's he hasn't played as much as all of us, but I think for him, it's not just about adding weight and now you're strong. It's kind of it's a work in progress. You need to learn to play with that weight. You need to learn to use your body with that weight. So it's not just adding weight and okay, now I'm good to go. So yeah, it's a little different. Obviously, you feel it when that he has more weight to himself, but he needs to learn to play with that, and that's just a work in progress. So we can't just expect him to come in with 20 more pounds and change his whole game. It's just not how it works. There's a whole process to that. So it's just for him, it's gonna take some time. And again, even though he added weight, he hasn't had a chance to play with it. He hasn't had a chance to see how it feels. He was just kind of thrown in the fire with that new weight and like, okay, now we'll figure it out. So I think that it's just got to be small steps for him, and he gets used to it. It was the same for everybody. Even when I was in college and I was adding weight and we got to the NBA, it takes time. You can't just, you can't just flip a switch and, I've added weights. Now I'm good. Like, it takes time to do that.
Okay, thank you, Vooch.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll be